Welcome to this week's look at the state of the New York City real estate market. This is for the week of November 13th to the 19th. Wow. Happy almost Thanksgiving. I cannot believe. Well, pretty exciting. And I, for one, am looking forward to Thanksgiving. So I hope you have something fun planned for that. We're going to get started in just a moment, as we always do, with the luxury market. Then we're going to take a look at what happened in Manhattan, and then we're going to take a look at what happened in Brooklyn, and then I'm going to sum it all up and give you my thoughts and takeaways. This is an amazingly complicated market right now, and if you're an active buyer and seller, you definitely want to stay tuned until the end so that you know what you should be doing to be successful in this market. Here's what happened in the luxury market last week. 24 contracts were signed for properties that were priced at $4 million and above. That is 4 more than the week before. 6 of those properties were in our trophy property category. That is for properties that are priced at $10 million and above. 14 of those were condos, 4 were co-ops, 2 were condops, and 4 were townhouses. And it was an equal number uptown and downtown. Very interesting. The number one contract was 42 NS at 50 West 66th Street. It was asking $45,750,000. This is a 6,942 square foot condo. It is a combination of 2 units. It includes 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, 14-foot ceilings with gorgeous Central Park views, a 56-foot great room. Faces Central Park, is flanked by 2 loges. This is the 5th time this year that a unit in 50 West 66th Street has taken the number 1 spot, and that is pretty impressive. Amenities in the 122-unit condo building include doorman, fitness center, indoor lap pool, outdoor saltwater pool and jacuzzi, basketball and pickleball courts, screening room, game room, bike room, and the ever-popular dog washing facility. Again, I don't know, you're paying almost $46 million. You're going to wash your own dog. I'm sure you have somebody who does this for you, but still, why do you even care if you have a dog washing facility? Come on, that's so silly. Number 2 contract was the 83rd floor at 157 West 57th Street. It was asking $34 million. Condo has a little over 6,200 square feet. It includes 4 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms. It has a 57 by 25-foot great room. It also has a 30-foot master bedroom. Both have sweeping views of Central Park. This is a 90-unit condo building. It was built above the 5-star Park Hyatt Hotel, and it has a separate entrance for the 210 rooms in the hotel. The amenities include use of hotel services, a fitness center, pool, private dining, library, lounge, performance space, and a garage. I wonder if they're sad that they don't have a dog washing facility. I guess we'll have to ask them. Okay, we're going to take a look now at the stats for last week. Total weekly asking price sales volume, 234,210,000. Average asking price, 9,758,750. Median asking price, 5,725,000. Average discount from original ask to last asking price, 4%. Average days on market, 515. Okay, that is it for the luxury market for last week. Nice to see that additional pop of 4 additional contracts from the previous week. We're going to move on now. We're going to take a look at what happened last week in Manhattan. So the supply last week in Manhattan, 193, that is down almost 30%. Contracts signed, just up a smidge, a little over 3%, 185. Off-market down almost 24%, 207. If we look at the supply for the month, 1,238, that is down over 30%. Contract signed up almost 8%. Nice little pop there. 768. Off-market, 954. That's definitely on the rise, up over 64%. If we look at the liquid market pulse, we see that we are still in this buyer's market. Not surprising, really. We saw that we had a little bit of a pop in the contract activity, but not really very much to write home about. If we look at the liquidity pace chart, this 30-day moving window of contract activity, we see the latest reading at 768. That's up a little over 13% for the month, but down almost 2% from last year. If we take a look, I think this is interesting and it's going to be important, certainly for sellers. If we look at the discount days, if we're looking at price action and we're looking at days on market, it's very, very important. We can see that, the fewer the days that you're on the market, the less of a discount in your selling price. So if you're on the market, let's say less than 30 days, your discount's going to be probably around 3%. If you are on the market for, let's say, over 120 days, you're going to be up over 11% on average. This is market-wide in Manhattan. So, sellers, you want to be kind of mindful of this. It's definitely a market where if you know that it's favoring the buyers, which we kind of know that it is right now, you just want to be very careful, especially as we're kind of winding down this fall market. You want to be very mindful of your days on market. So you want to be careful about your asking price. But we'll get into that a little bit more. I'm going to wrap up Manhattan now. We're going to move on, take a look at what's going on in Brooklyn. The supply last week in Brooklyn, 139, down over 23%. Contracts signed, 124. Just up even less than 1%. And off-market, down almost 10%, 65. The supply for the month in Brooklyn, 844, down a little over 5%. Contracts signed up, little pop there, 528, up about 10%. Off-market, pop there as well, 427, that's up almost 50%. As with Manhattan, Brooklyn is also in a bit of a buyer's market right now. And if we look at the liquidity pace chart, that 30-day moving window of contracts signed, 528 last reading, we see this is, kind of a pokey market. Not so much what we were used to seeing for Brooklyn, but that's where we are. If we take a look at, how things are priced, if we look at the Brooklyn listing discounts days on market, it's really extreme. If the asking price was right on target, there was literally properties are selling at their asking price, sometimes even over. If they're off and they're on the market over 180 days, their discount is probably somewhere around 9%. So that's a big penalty. You want to get it right, sellers. Don't be overpricing your properties, not in this market. This is not a very forgiving market, definitely favoring the buyers. So don't be too ambitious in your asking price. That is the lesson here. That's it for Brooklyn. I'm going to shift over now, wrap this up, give you my thoughts and my takeaways. Okay, so we saw the luxury market is still moving along quite nicely. 4 more contracts signed than the previous week. 24 contracts signed in the luxury market. Pretty even split between uptown and downtown. 6 of the contracts were at the trophy level, 10 million and above. As I've mentioned here before, the luxury market is kind of a bellwether for the rest of the market, so it's good to be seeing this. If we shift over and look at what's going on in the Manhattan and Brooklyn markets, we see that the supply is down and dwindling. This is definitely signs of seasonal decline. We're going to likely continue to see this trend until foreseeable future. Definitely going to continue like this, I imagine, until at least through the holidays and probably into the early winter. Maybe we'll start to see some additional properties coming on after the holidays. We may see an early spring market We don't know yet, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. If we look at the demand, we definitely saw a little bit of an uptick, both in Brooklyn and in Manhattan. Nice to see. A little late in the game in a funny kind of way. You would think this, far into the fall market, we would be seeing more of a slowdown, but we saw a little bit of an uptick. Nothing huge, but nice to see. Hard to know where that's going. We're above last year, but we're still below trend for where we would like to be or where we would normally be. It's possible that we'll see this fall market continue a little further than it normally does, but time will tell. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So what does this all mean? If you are a seller, I shared the charts with you about days on market. Days on market matter to your bottom line. If you care about how much money you're going to take away from the sale of your property, you want to be sure that your asking price is in alignment with the market. Why? Because the longer you are on the market, the less money you will make. You make the most money usually in somewhere in the first 30 to 60 days of being on the market. Those charts that I shared with you are a good illustration of that. So be sure that you are in alignment with the market. Be sure that your asking price is set in such a way that you are attracting buyers, getting those showings, getting those offers. If it is not, make that adjustment. You can see that we saw a little pop in contract activity. There is still time in this market. Make sure that you're getting your deal done. Buyers, this is your market. You have less competition for the most part. You have pretty good leverage. This is likely it, though, for inventory. So if you see something you like, make your move on it. As I've said before, with so many other things in life, nothing lasts forever. So take advantage of this market while it's happening. Any questions? Let me know. Please post them below. You can always reach out to me at Sotheby's. As always, I would like to thank Urban Digs and the Olshan Luxury Report. The work they do helps me to help you to make great decisions. I'll be back next week with the very latest news on what's happening in the New York City real estate market. In the meantime, take care.